What up, YouTube? It is a beautiful, beautiful winter day here in good old Casper, Wyoming. Like normally if I'm walking down the street and I can wear my two jackets comfortably here, my sweatshirt and my army jacket here. If I can wear both of these without having to put my hood up, and then on top of that, like, my hands and my ears are exposed and I'm not even cold. So yeah, today is a beautiful winter day. Right now, YouTube, I'm heading over to my friend, my homeboy Scotty's to hang out for a bit and, maybe make a video for his channel. But on the way over to my homeboy Scotty's and YouTube, I seen some stuff that just irritated me. I seen these stupid churches around here talking about pray to end abortion. Okay, people praying to end abortion. That's like me going, oh, I pray that I'll find a smoking hot goth girlfriend that'll complete my life. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen now, does it? Or that, oh, I pray for a fucking kick-ass old school hearse. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, There are times, YouTube, there are times when abortion should be perfectly acceptable. For one, I don't think it's the church's right or the government's right to tell a woman what she can and can't do with her own goddamn body. Now, you can disagree with me all you want, YouTube. You can sit there and blah, 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 abortion's wrong. Okay, but hear me out for a second, man. If you knew, YouTube, if you were an expecting mother who was pregnant with a kid, okay, and you knew without a doubt that your kid was going to be stillborn, or that your kid was going to be born with a horrible disease that would make his or her life so difficult for the rest of their life, okay? If you knew without a doubt that, your kid was going to have complications growing up that would severely affect his or her life, or if you knew without a doubt that your kid was going to be born stillborn, that should be an option. Why do that, YouTube? Why put a mother through that shit, Why make her suffer more, Got my I got my magical staff with me. Yeah. No, seriously, YouTube, abortion is a woman's right. It's not the government or the church's right to decide. Especially if you know the kid's going to have complications growing up, or if the kid's going to be born stillborn. Like, why put the parents through that shit? It's just miserable, Now, the way I look at it, YouTube, is abortion is a lot like putting your favorite dog down. You don't want to do it. You love your dog very much, but you know that your dog is suffering, and it's the humane thing to do, Now, if you're using abortion as a form of birth control, okay, that's where I draw the line, YouTube. That's where I disagree. You know, there's plenty of birth control options out there. And, you know, they make condoms for both men and women. They have birth control pills. They have the morning after pill. They have all kinds of stuff you can use. So if you're using abortion as a form of birth control, that's messed up. Okay, that's flat out messed up. Are we safe to walk? I think so. All right. But thing of it is, YouTube, it's like I said. If you know without a doubt that your kid's going to be born with complications that'll severely affect the rest of their life and make it miserable to live, you know, I mean, just flat out fucking hell. Or you know without a doubt for a fact that, you know, your kid's going to be stillborn, you know. My question is, why put the parents through that shit, you know? What up? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Hell yeah. Yeah. I had a random person stop to say, "Hey Josh, what up?" You know. I don't recall that person specifically, but I know a lot of people in this town. 13 degrees out. Blech. Hold on a second here, YouTube. Adjust my walking stick to the other side here. I forgot my pipe was out of tobacco. Damn it. That's all right. I can load some up here in a bit. I can always go for some nicotine, but right now I'm not in immediate need for it, you know, because I've just had a couple cigarettes, so. Now, for a lot of women out there who have given birth to their child despite... Oh, look at the doggy. Oh, look at the doggy. You don't scare me. I'll eat your souls for breakfast. Yummy, yummy dog souls, YouTube. Oh! I bark louder. This might be a problem I have, YouTube, but I'm not really scared of anything. You know? Because I don't give a fuck how big your dog is, motherfucker. I'm bigger. I don't give a fuck how loud your dog barks, motherfucker. I bark louder. Nah, but what I was just getting at, YouTube, is that, you know, there are certain circumstances where abortion is perfectly okay. You know, it's a humane thing to do. You know, if you know that the kid's gonna die as soon as it pops out of your vagina or your stomach or whatever, you know, or if you know for a fact that if you know for a fact that the kid's going to have complications growing up, that'll severely make that kid's life severely difficult. You know, most parents who love their kids unconditionally, I imagine they don't want to go through that, you know. And I understand that for a lot of women out there who have given birth to their children despite the circumstances, and they came out perfectly healthy, that some of these women are going to be against abortion. I get that, you know. But you're entitled to your own opinion, and this is my opinion. Yeah. I don't want to walk through the school parking lot. Fuck that, I'm good. However, if abortion is illegal, I think it should be legal under certain circumstances. And the thing of it is, YouTube, we live in a shitty world. Got my hair in a ponytail. No, but the thing of it is, YouTube, is we live in a really shitty world. Disease, poverty, hunger, war, corruption, greed, crooked politicians. You know, we live in a fucked up, miserable world. And we as humans do the best we can to, you know, get by day to day, you know. And honestly, it takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength and patience to raise a kid in this fucked up world. And maybe it's just me, but it seems like every generation it's getting worse and worse. Maybe that's just me. But like, for real, you know? And, you know, YouTube, it's a gift and a curse. Women don't really find me that attractive. There's a select few, but, you know. And, a lot of traffic. You know, YouTube, a whole lot of women don't find me that attractive. Some women are just completely creeped out by me, and it sucks, you know. A lot of women judge me whenever, you know, whenever my homeboy Scotty tries to set me up with anybody. The first thing a lot of women will do is judge me, you know. And the only reason women judge me, YouTube, is because they have standards. And, you know, I don't get mad at that kind of shit. Because, believe it or not, YouTube, I have standards too. You know? And when I say it's a gift and a curse, well, it's a curse because I get lonely, you know. Some people are just born to find companionship a lot easier than others. And that's just not my case. Like, I don't know, you know, maybe they sense the autism. I don't fucking know. YouTube. I really don't. But it's also a gift because, you know, I noticed that, well, you take my homeboy Scotty, for example. Okay, this dude is a ladies' man and a half, man. There are some guys out there that would literally sell their left nut just to have the kind of ability that my homeboy Scotty has with the ladies, but yeah, there's times that my homeboy Scotty gets sick of it because all the fucking drama and shit, chicks fighting over him, you know. Which to a lot of guys, that sounds kind of cool. Like, hey, I got chicks fighting over me. All right, cool. But then, you know, once you actually experience it, it's a pain in the ass. And it's like, damn, dude. And on that same note, you know, I haven't got a girl pregnant yet, so that's a bonus, YouTube. Because, in all honesty, YouTube, chicks can be just as crazy as guys can be. Yeah. Women and men are just manipulative creatures in general. And it's disgusting. You know, it really is. Because now it's starting to get a little cold out, and I'm like, I got my hands all bundled up in my sleeves. Ah. No, but for real, YouTube. And the biggest problem with the dating scene, YouTube, is that asshole guys turn women into sluts, and sluts turn nice guys into assholes. That is the fucking truth. That is the truth, YouTube. And, you know, it doesn't do you any good in the long run to treat the opposite sex like shit, because that just hurts the dating scene for the next person, you know? And you ever stop to wonder for a second, YouTube, what would it be like if, you know, you had this gold-digging bitch basically hook up with an abusive asshole, and they both hit on each other constantly? Like, because domestic abuse, it happens to both sexes. And it doesn't need to, but it does. And women can come forward with that shit and actually get help. For men, domestic abuse is a lot harder because, especially in this chauvinistic society we live in, a lot of guys are afraid to come forward if they're in a physically abusive relationship with a woman who hits on them. And a lot of guys will not fight back because you're not supposed to hit women. Okay, you know, you're not. Okay, and generally speaking, if it's self-defense, that's one thing. Okay, self-defense, YouTube, is an equal rights for both sexes right, okay? For real, though. But if she's hitting you and it's unprovoked, you know, and you don't want to shove her off, I get that, but at the very least, you gotta tell somebody, man. You know, because, oh, damn. Yeah. I got momentarily distracted. I seen a cute girl walking by in tight jeans. What? No, but for real, YouTube. On the for real though, YouTube, you know, a lot of guys will not come forward with their domestic abuse stories because they're afraid of being ridiculed by our chauvinistic society. oh, you got your ass kicked by a girl, oh, you're such a pussy, you know, shit like that. And when people make comments like that, it's like, it irritates me because it's so sexist when people make comments like that. What, that you're implying that women are as tough as men? That's bullshit. Okay, because women can give birth, men can't. You know? No, I'm not saying we gotta go around comparing pain stories, you know, because a lot of the guys will be like, oh, getting kicked in the balls hurts. And then some women will be like, that's nothing compared to giving birth to a child. And it's like, oh my God. We're not here to compare sob stories. We're not here to compare which hurts more. The fact of the matter is, as humans, we all go through pain and trial. And we come back full circle to the abortion thing. You know, if you know for a fact, like I said, if you know for a fact that your kid's going to be born with complications that would severely make their life a living hell, or if you know for a fact that your kid's going to come out dead anyway, you know, or if you were raped and that's how you got pregnant, you know, like there are certain circumstances, YouTube, where I think abortion should be totally legal, you know, but that's just my 2 cents, you know. If you don't like it, then leave it at that, you know. And quite honestly, YouTube, and what pisses me off is when the churches get the parents' kids involved. They try to fucking win you over to their side by having their kids hold up signs too, you know. When I see these fucking protesters standing in the street telling people to pray to end abortion, oh, it's not in God's plan. Okay, you're not God, so how the fuck would you know what he or she or it thinks? Seriously. I hear a lot of people talk shit and say, that's not in God's plan. How the fuck do you know what God's plan is? You're not God, so shut the fuck up. For real. I get sick and tired of it, YouTube. People gotta be self-righteous dicks, you know? I mean, I practice my own branch of black magic here, but I don't go around shoving it in people's faces. And I don't treat people like shit for having their own belief system until they start treating me like shit. And then we have problems, you know what I'm saying? I got friends that are Christian. I don't care that they're Christian. I don't try to convince them that, you know, magic is the answer and all that bullshit. No, fuck that. Okay, I got friends that have different faiths, and you know, and they acknowledge me for what I have for my faith, and I acknowledge them for what they have for their faith, and we don't judge each other for it, you know. And honestly, YouTube, this world would be a better place if people didn't judge each other for our religious beliefs. Like, if the world was just a little less judgmental, and just a little less mental, period, you know, the world would be a much better place. But that's my 2 cents, YouTube. Take it or leave it. Thanks for watching. Fucking ankle biters, man. I'll eat your soul too.